Period.
That was perfect.
I gotta keep doing it because I don't want to laugh like that. I want to be able to be like, period.
Yeah. That was good. Welcome, guys, to the Mom Circle podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Missy.
I'm Amanda. What's going on, y'all?
And today is going to be a great informational podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about building generational wealth, something I think is really important.
Yes.
Especially within the Black community, because a lot of times we don't start with anything.
Yes.
You know, other people are passed down houses and equity and all this stuff. We have to start from the bottom. Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yes.
You know, so I think it's important for us to do that. But before we get into the topic, let's do our thing, girl.
You know what time it is?
It's time for
situations.
I got to get that note right.
Yeah, I think we should maybe start a little bit lower.
Like, situations.
Yeah.
And then go up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I like that one. I like that. Okay. So today's topic actually comes from our mommy chat, which we have on Instagram, Mommy Chronicles LLC. Y'all make sure y'all do that. Go follow.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. If you have any situations or anything, need advice, whatever, make sure you DM Mommy Chronicles.
Yes.
Did you ever create that link?
I did. I have the link. Where did I post it though? I feel like I posted it under our last episode.
Okay. Well, there's a link out there.
Yes. Okay. So this is what you do. DM me on Mommy Chronicles LLC, and I will send you the link that I've created for you to input your situation, or just I can put you in the mommy chat. And you can put your situation in there. But
join
if you
the chat.
Join the chat. But if you want to remain anonymous, I do have a link that I can give you to upload your situation.
See, but here's the thing. Like, to remain anonymous, if they DM you, you know who it is.
Oh, damn. Okay, so I need to figure out
you need
where
to
to
post
put the
it,
link.
like, probably in the bio.
I don't have enough space for all that.
You don't?
No, because I already got the YouTube link, my website.
Oh, yes. Where are we going to put the link?
We'll figure it out and we'll let you
You know
guys
what?
know.
You can put the link in the bio of every episode, right?
Yes. Come on. Okay, so on YouTube, I will put the link under the description box for
there you go.
For the
if you want to remain anonymous.
Yes.
If it's no big deal, just DM Mommy Chronicles LLC, and then we got you on the episode on the next episode. So okay. So this comes from the mommy chat. So one of our lovely moms from our group chat on Instagram was sharing that when she was in labor pushing, her doctor said that she would have to cut her so that she didn't rip while pushing, and her daughter's dad was holding her right leg, and as soon as the doctor cut her, he passed out. And he had to be treated by the nurses and almost missed their daughter being born. So,
when she told me that yesterday, girl, I said, what's wrong with these men? They're so squeamish.
Sir, yes. This is actually a friend of mine.
Yes.
She's having another baby soon.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's pregnant right now. She's due in September.
Oh, okay, Virgo,
she's having another girl. She wanted a boy so bad.
Damn, we should have switched.
I was trying to send her all the boy vibes, but she ended up having a girl. But
congratulations.
Yes, so that's crazy. Listen, y'all got the balls, but do y'all have the balls?
Right, because
gross.
You sit here with your legs hiked up on the table, and this man done passed out. I am pushing a whole human out. Get your ass up.
All the nurses from me to him.
Right.
I'm over here pushing, and they over there worried about you.
Get your ass up.
Okay, keep playing. This is not a time for games.
I think I looked up at Malik when I was pushing with Aiden, I think. And he was looking like he was about to pass out. I was like, hey, you okay? Why am I asking, are you okay?
Yeah. You
Get
know
it
what?
together.
That's crazy. My son's father actually did really good.
That's good.
He a thug out here in these streets.
You know what?
Like, wow, that's crazy. Look, I can see the head. Look. Oh, man, he got a lot of hair.
Oh.
Wow, Danae, you almost there. You got
amazed.
Yeah, he was...
Okay, coach.
He was really
birthing
good. Yeah.
coach.
He was really good at that. He held me down in the room. He did.
That's
he did
good.
his thing in there. He did his thing. Yeah, because
I'm sitting here.
I don't know what I would have done if he would have passed out. I don't know what it would have been.
I can't even worry about you right now.
And I was so in love. I probably would have been super worried about him and pushing at the same time. But like, somebody get
something for him. Get the man.
What's wrong with him? Get him. He gonna miss it. Wake him up. I'ma hold it.
Right. Get the stuff that they put over the nose to wake people up when they press it.
Yes.
Spray it over his nose real quick so he can wake up.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
For sure.
That is a really crazy
story.
Dang.
Well, listen. We here for all the laughs and all the stories.
All the good stories. That's a crazy
one. That is definitely.
That's a good one, though. That's
a good one. And
it's something that a lot.
I was just about to say, I'm
people
sure
probably experience.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not. You're not the only person that had to do that.
No.
I'm going to need the men to get ready
it together.
For birth.
They need to take
prepare.
Yeah. Right. So, like, men take the birthing classes with the women.
Yeah, that way you see it already.
Watch some YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm. They're out there.
Yeah. I see them all the time. The whole shebang. Mm-hmm. You can see the whole... head coming out and everything that follows.
Before I had Dominic, one of my friends, Mariah, shout out to her. I used to get so mad because I swear to you, every time I would open my Instagram, I guess there's a birthing page. She would send me a video of a child being birthed out of someone's vagina every single day. I used to be so grossed out.
This is what you have to look forward to.
And I'm like, I don't have to see that. Why are you sending me this? I don't
want to see that.
And they ask you, do you want to see a mirror? Do you want to have a mirror in the room while you're giving birth so you can see? And I was like,
no, man.
Nah, I'm good.
I'm good, baby.
I'm gonna be over here pushing. I don't need to focus. So yeah, that's crazy. Well, hopefully this next child that she has, everybody stay awake.
Right, exactly.
Awake and
alert.
Alert, yes.
Okay, so today we actually have a guest speaker, guys. Her name is Roshonda Grandberry. She is a mother of 4. She's a stepmom and she has bonus kids. She's like all around. So she has 8 grandchildren.
8?
Yes, 8 grandchildren. She used to work in HR and payroll and accounting for over 22 years, but now she's working with financial services for life insurance.
Okay.
Which I think that's something that's very important. I feel like we all need life insurance because anything can happen. Mm-hmm. And creating generational wealth. So we're gonna go ahead and then she's gonna start her own franchise with Primerica. I feel like the life insurance that we have is through Primerica. But we'll get into it. So let's go ahead and chop it up.
Roshonda?
Yes.
Okay.
If we're saying it wrong, correct us, but
we'll have her.
No, that's correct, ladies. Okay, thank you so much for having me on.
How are you?
Excuse me, I'm in Las Vegas right now, so the backdrop is the Vegas Strip.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It's right. I'm like, that's a good backdrop.
Generational wealth. She's showing us.
Right.
Look at the background.
Right.
She living lavish.
Right.
I'm actually working. So remember I said I switched fields. Mm-hmm. I'm older. Listen, it sounds crazy because I do have 8 grandkids, but I swear I'm not that old. I just started early, ladies.
You don't look it at all. You don't look at all. You look good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you. So 5 of them are actually through the bonus kids, though. So 3 are my direct grandkids, and then the other 5 are the bonus kids. But I claim them all. I love them all. There's no reason why. So, and that's the main reason I really wanted to talk to you guys is because one of the biggest things that I did not realize is that we don't know to leave things down to our kids, and we don't know how to do it. And we think a small house that grandma left is a good idea.
Right.
And it is. Don't get me wrong, but we really need to start talking about what generational wealth looks like. Mm-hmm. What is generational wealth? You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And if I had to put generational wealth in my own terms, in my own words, I'd literally say that it's anything of value, whether it's cash, whether it's investments, whether it's property, whether it's life insurance, anything of value that is going to set our children or our grandchildren or our next generation up for success.
Agreed. That was perfect.
We hear other nations. That's not the word I want to use.
Other races?
Nationalities and races do it. Yeah. And not necessarily that. I think it has more to do with I don't even think it's race. It's more of a matter of classism.
Okay, yeah.
So we're talking if the family's already well off,
right,
chances are they're leaving that to their children.
Right.
So how do we do it as middle class or lower class or whatever the case? How do we do that? Right. How do we do the same thing that they're doing? Right. That's the conversation I want to have.
That's a conversation that needs to be had.
That's the question that I have.
Okay, so let's get into it.
Yes, this is great.
So you showed us your definition of generational wealth for those who may not be aware of what it is. But what if someone asks you, why do I need generational wealth? Like how, if I'm already at the bottom, where do I begin? Mm-hmm. Where do I start?
That is so important. That's so important. The biggest thing you said is they already feel like they're at the bottom, right? So we have kids, we brought them into what we consider the bottom, whatever that is in your life, right?
Right.
Because our bottom could really not be a bottom.
Right.
It's first of all, it's education. Mm-hmm. And when I say education, the financial education that we get in school is not, the fact that we're not learning finances in school is a big deal. Mm-hmm. So where's our kids supposed to learn finances from? Mm-hmm. They got to learn it from us.
Right.
We got to teach it to them. So we have to have those financial conversations with our kids. And I'm not talking negative finances. I'm not saying, oh, mama don't have no money for that. Right. I'm saying, hey, this is how you write a check. Do you know kids don't know how to write checks these days?
Let me just say, I just learned, I am almost 30. I probably just learned how to write a check maybe 5 years ago, and I don't even use them. So if a check was sitting in front of me, I probably forgot how to write a check.
Yeah, that's the one thing they taught me when I was in middle school. When I had home economics, I think, that's the one thing I learned about finances. That was it. Just how to balance a checkbook.
Right, and then they took home economics out. So sorry, you don't get to learn that no more.
Exactly. It's crazy.
But what about investing? Did you learn about investing? Did you learn about life insurance? Did you learn about how money works?
Not at all.
Exactly.
Not at all.
Credit.
Exactly.
Credit.
And so that's credit is big. So you walk on a college campus, what's the first thing they give you?
A credit card.
A credit application. You can get it at 18, but baby, you cannot get it at 35.
No. Oh, and that's
you know what I'm saying?
They got me.
So now we've abused our credit because we never learned how to use it in the first place.
Mm-hmm. They got
me too. So you're going back to your question is, how do I set that up when I'm lower class or I'm at the bottom or whatever?
Right.
The simplest, easiest, most most cost efficient way is life insurance.
Okay.
Honestly, it's life insurance, and it's term life insurance to be exact.
I was just about to ask, what is it?
Term
life insurance.
Because term life insurance is very important. That I say term life insurance because term life insurance is actually cheaper than any other life insurance that's out there, aside from accidental. And then here's the thing about accidental: you got to die in an accident to make it work. So you get what I'm saying. But term life insurance is going to be the easiest way, because here's the biggest thing. What people don't realize is even if you're at the bottom, the biggest asset in your whole family is the fact that you're able to generate income. Mm-hmm. You're the biggest asset in your family. So we talk about what's the term I like to use? A theory of decreasing responsibility. Mm-hmm. So life insurance should actually be set up for the now. So basically, let me ask you ladies this question. You both have kids. I know you. I know, Missy, you have 2 boys. I'm not sure about how many kids you have.
I have 1.
So right now, are those kids old enough or financially stable enough to take care of themselves if something were to happen to you and your spouse?
No, I don't think so. I mean, they have.
Right.
Just as far as their age, you're not talking about like how we are setting them up, right? You're just talking about.
Right, no. Just talking about their age.
Yeah,
no.
No, they clearly can't do it. So basically, they can't feed themselves or clothe themselves or get a job or do any of those things. Mm-hmm. So it's really relying on the fact that you have income generated.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So even if I'm a single mama, I'm living on my own, I got a baby, I'm working McDonald's job, I can still afford life insurance because my job offers it. Mm-hmm. If my job don't offer it, I can get it, from another company. Especially if I'm younger, life insurance is definitely cheaper when you're younger.
Yes, it is.
And you're healthier, right? So you can get more for your money. That's how you set up generational wealth. But on top of that, let's think about this though. Let's say I set up $1 million policy, right? And I'm like, all right, my kids are set. And I pass away and I leave them $1 million. But I didn't teach them about money.
Right.
They're going to go through that million so fast.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Just like when you leave a kid a house, right? They leave them a house or whatever, grandma's house, and poor grandma forgot to tell them about paying the taxes. So now grandma's house goes to probate and everything else. Mm-hmm. We lose it all. Right. So it's about education. It's more than just having a financial situation to set it up. It's more about educating people on how it works in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. And then even like when you have those life insurance policies, understanding how interest works and how the money that you have, what is it when you invest it, or how it can grow, basically is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. How that money can grow over time, understanding that and make sure that they understand that.
Right. Right. And so I don't want to get into a life insurance conversation because, girl, I can go on and on about bad policy, but that's not our topic. So my topic, I don't want to say one's better over the other, but I'm going to say that a term policy is you literally buying money. Okay. So it's going to cost you less. Mm-hmm. When you get into getting those other types of things that are growing money and all of those types of things, you're now hoping that the stock market does well in order for your family to be okay.
Yeah.
So you're betting on something else instead of betting on yourself.
Mm-hmm. So how do I approach the conversation when I'm trying to have it with my partner, and then how do we then, once we have the information that we need, how do we start teaching our kids? What is a good age to start instilling those things in our kids so they're aware of how to maneuver when it comes to creating or continuing that generational wealth?
Okay, so one of the biggest things is remembering that first and foremost, just like you sit down and talk about anything else, did you guys sit down and talk about, okay, when are we going to get married? When you popped the question, right? Mm-hmm. So you thought about that. Okay, what's a good date? Blah, blah, blah. Then you talked about, okay, well, where are we going to live to build our family? We talked about all of those things, and then when we started having kids, whether we talked about it or not, they came, right?
That is true. That is true.
We had the kids, and, so we need to figure out now, we're going to talk about, everything that goes on with them, or where we're going to feed them, what life looks like for them. Mm-hmm. What does life look like for them after we're gone?
Right.
So now then it comes into play. Remember, I said you could set up a life insurance policy, but if you don't set up a will and trust to dictate where that goes, it's going to be a problem. So, for example, the Kardashians, the father, Rob Kardashian, passed away. He left a $15 million life insurance policy, a term policy, right? But he left stipulations because he put it in a will and trust, and he left those stipulations. He left a guideline. He written something down that said, use it this way, use it that way. You get what I'm saying? Whatever it was. That's the important part.
Got it. And I think that's where we are now. Like, we have life insurance policy, but now we need to do our will or trust. Like, hey, when you turn 18, you get this much and blah, 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 or however it works. This goes to this person and they get this much, and make sure whatever the stipulations are, I feel like that's the next thing. But I feel like every time we go to start having that conversation, it's a personal thing. I think I get emotional, like, oh, now I got to think about me passing away, and my mind just takes me there.
The last episode, you did say you were seeking therapy.
Yes, I am. Because I'm like, oh, now I'm thinking about me dying and how my kids are going to be taken care of. And so I just need to like block that out and like just get to the nitty gritty. It has to be done, It
has to be done.
Well, that's the thing about it, though. To be honest, that's my biggest fear is dying. And you get what I'm saying? And so I would never expect me to be in the field that I'm in, because that was one of my biggest things. But that's because I have, 4 babies. And at that time, I was a single mom. And so everything I did, equated to what would happen to them.
Right.
So when I started really, and that's where the education piece comes in, because you start going, okay, I feel a little bit better. If something were to happen to me, I know that they're going to be good. Because it's not about you dying; it's about whether or not your babies are going to be okay. Right? That's what your real worry is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's a mom thing. Hey, moms.
Yes. Shout out to all the moms. It's going to be okay, guys.
Right.
It's going to be okay. I have a question, though. I would like to know if you could give us different, other than life insurance, if you can give us different things that we can do to build generational wealth, because Missy knows this, but I'm getting my first house build.
Yes.
And,
shout out to you.
And I'm putting down 20%. And which is like a big deal.
Yes, it is.
It's a big deal. It's a lot of money that I'm putting into this house, into the down payment. But the reason why I'm doing that is because I am hoping that the equity in my home grows, and I already have that 20% equity in that. And once I move, because I don't plan on being there forever, but once I do move, I can take a piece of that and get another piece of property, because I'm trying to get property to leave behind for my son, because that just seems like it's the easier way for me
right now,
to move. But I would like to know other options and other avenues I can take to build generational wealth, because baby, I'm trying to build some wealth for me and my son.
Yes,
because I am a single mom, so it is hard out here. I work full time. I got stuff on the side. I got my business on the side.
Right.
I'm doing the mom circle with me.
Yeah.
I'm a correctional officer. I have a lot of stuff going on, but it's all because I'm trying to
set them up.
Yes, that's the whole reason for everything that I'm doing. So I would like to see or seek other avenues to see what else I can do, or maybe if I could do this instead of that, or you know what I mean. Just have other options,
other resources. What are some other ways to? Yeah, I feel you.
So I'm going to keep it 100 with you. You're already doing it. Think about that. We think that a generational wealth is supposed to look a particular way. I just told you one of the cheapest ways. Buying a house is huge. Setting up multiple houses is huge. Even down to what you just said, you have your business. That's one thing you can definitely leave to your kids right now. You can't leave them your job. You can't say, you know what, I'm a correctional officer, and you know what, now I'm just going to give it to my job. Son, come over, come take this. You know what I mean? You can't leave them a job. But you can leave them, and I don't know if you want to leave it Mommy Chronicles, but if you built it big enough, right? If you built it big enough, and maybe you had, host and all of these types of things, and he's running from the background, that's leaving him a business. That's leaving him generational wealth. See, everybody thinks it's supposed to look a certain way. It's actually bigger than that. So a business, home,
properties,
investments, right? Property, any type of investment, even if it's stocks and bonds. Think about that. Who was it? Think about this. Anything that has any type of value, like for example, my father owns his first car still, and it's worth I think he said at this point it's worth about $70,000. You get what I'm saying? That's still generational wealth. That's something tangible. If I needed to sell it and get the money from it, I could get it. But it's the education behind it. That's the most important thing. Right. And so you talked about what age should you start talking about money and finances and all of that. One of the biggest things that we do as a society, we don't talk about money.
Right.
Everybody makes money feel like it's a bad thing. I mean, everybody makes it seem like it's a bad thing. Money's the root of all evil, blah, blah, blah. But money's right up there with air. You need it.
Right.
You're going to need it. You're going to need it. If you don't have money, you don't have, you can't invest in things that you need to invest in, especially when it comes to your children. You want to invest in their education. We want to buy them whatever it is that they need. And so why not buy them what they need after we're gone as well?
Right. I agree. And that just helps them out. Like, it makes the process of them having to figure out life so much easier.
Yeah, they won't have to struggle through a lot of things.
Right, because we want our kids to be better off than we were. Yeah. We don't want them to have to go through the things that we had to go through. We want to set them up so that when they have kids, their kids are set up and it continues. We want to change, we want to change the dynamic of how finances are dealt with in in our community.
Yes, for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, because I'll say this for me, my mom and my dad are both still alive, but one of the biggest things that they did not do was set up proper life insurance. And now that I am in that field and now I went to go and try to help them out, they both have pre-existing conditions, can't really get, the things that they need. But my father owns a house, he owns a car. He has a lot of savings. He worked a pretty decent job to where he was able to save a lot of money. He has some things set up. My mother, on the other hand, does not. And so just understanding that my father at least knew that he needed to do, some type of step, even though he didn't, do that part. He has something. And so that's important too. It don't have to look how everybody thinks it looks. It's setting your kids up better than you. That's all it is. And giving them the education piece. You can't just set it up and then don't tell them about it. Because remember back in the days, like you asked your parents about money or whatever. How much money you make, Mom? Don't be asking me those questions. And it's like, oh, okay, well. But that's the difference, do your kids know how much money you make or how much things cost, or do they value money, or do they just think that because my granddaughter will tell you in a minute, you do have money, use your credit card. She's only 8.
That's crazy.
So I think so my conversation is really education is the biggest thing about generational wealth.
I think that's where God blessed me in that aspect, because I didn't know squat about like saving, and I'm like, oh, use the credit card, and it's like, honey, no, you're building debt. So I think that I was blessed with Malik, because even though it gets on my very last nerve that he makes everything about money, everything, like he will be in this room and be like, you see these 2 ring lights right here, so that cost about, I'm like, sir, why does it matter? We don't care about how much the ring light. But it's bittersweet, because he is doing things to set up our family to where we are good, and then once we're gone, our kids are good. So life insurance, stocks and investments and stuff like that. Like he has it down, 401ks, all of that being matched and all that stuff. He has it down packed. And so I'm always thinking in the back of my mind, like, dang, I should probably try to learn a little bit more and not be so dependent on his knowledge. Like, oh, he knows it, so I don't need to know. I need to know as well. And so that we both can teach our kids the proper way.
And contribute to what he's trying to do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. So
yeah, I definitely, growing up, so my family is well off. Like, my dad has businesses, property everywhere. But if you ask me, do I know anything about it? I have no idea. They don't tell us nothing. Right. Everything is a secret. Everything is a secret. Like, I didn't know how much money my family had until we moved into the house that they live in right
currently.
Now. Yeah, like the house that he had built.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
okay,
we kind of got some money around here. You know what I mean? Because for 21 years we lived in the hood. He built the house in the hood, but it's a nice house, better than every other house in that neighborhood. But we lived there for 21 years in the hood. So that whole time, I guess I don't know what he was doing. Like I said, I couldn't tell you because everything's a secret.
He was working in the background.
And then we moved to that house, and I was like, what in the world? It's a multi-million-dollar home.
Right. Where you get this money from?
How? You know what I mean? They never taught us anything. All they say is, don't get a credit card and save your money.
But how do I save my money?
Sounds good.
Right.
Still to this day.
How do you generate the money, right?
Right.
Yeah, still to this day, they'll say, make sure you're saving your money, how much money. And I had to learn on my own. First of all, through maxing out credit cards. I had to fix my credit and do all this stuff as an adult because I didn't know. When somebody told me, oh, you got $3,500 on this credit card you can use.
Oh, okay, it's a party.
In a week, it was out. it was over with. I got so much stuff.
Right.
And my credit went to crap. And my mom just said, I told you not to get no credit card. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't tell me how. What? First of all, credit cards are not bad. It actually kind of it helped me build my credit. Having the car and paying, doing my payments and learning about credit card and the debt to all that stuff about a credit card really helped build my credit. Yeah. But I couldn't get no car without no credit anyways. Yeah. I was trying to get a car and they're like, well, you don't have any credit. That's pretty much worse than having bad credit. I'm like, well, my mama always told me not to get a credit card. So what I'm supposed to do? So then I got a credit card and I ruined it.
Right, but what she was telling you is that rich people don't need credit cards and they don't use credit scores. That's just the first thing. So you should have known she was rich then. But starting out, yeah, I agree. I pretty much did that whole credit card thing too. It was pretty bad. But my husband is, I like you, Misi, my husband is the brains up behind the operation. Trust me, I talk about this stuff, but he lives it. So he's really great with finances, and he can count the money quicker than anybody too.
Yeah.
So I get that. But what was important is to note that she forgot to tell you why not to get a credit card. See, we tell our kids a bunch of stuff. Don't eat that. Don't do this. Don't do that. But why not?
And a lot of times,
or
as
why?
a parent, we're like, I don't need to tell you why, just don't do it. But sometimes they need to know why.
Yeah, you need to. I needed to know. And I'm the type of kid, you need to tell me why. Because I'm about to do it anyway. I'm probably going to do it. So
tell me so I won't do it. I don't want to go be a life learner.
Not to do it, because I'm hard-headed and I'm probably going to do it anyway. So maybe if you tell me why I shouldn't, I'll think twice before I do it.
Yes.
But yeah, this is great because, like I said, being the adult that I am right now and having my son, I think I can tell you this. I've been in the department for 8 years. I have been trying to get a house for 7. Right? I kept saying, I'm going to get a house. I need to get a house. I need to save my money. I would save for a little bit, then something will happen or whatever, get a house. I have my son. He's 15 months, and I'm already having my... So that just shows you that we'll get our stuff together for our children.
Yes.
Had I not had my son, I'd probably still be okay with living in my... Because I could afford it. It wasn't no big deal. It was no thing. You know what I mean? Just living whatever.
Right.
But having my son, I started thinking...
let me rearrange some things,
I started
put it
thinking,
set it up.
Everything is now about him. What is he going to do? How is he going to live? I need to make sure he's good. And so, okay, I really need to get this house. A year later, here I am getting a house.
Yes, ma'am.
What took me 7 years, I got in 1 year. It's crazy. It's crazy what we do for our children.
Yes, it is crazy. And that's why I think this episode is important. So that people can understand, okay, I need to start taking the proper steps to whatever avenue that I take in order to set my kids up so that they're good.
And I think it's very important because some people may not have jobs. Yeah. Some people may be stay-at-home moms and, depend on their husband and they want to try to find a way to do some stuff on their own. Listen, there's so much money in this world. I was just
about to say, there's so many new ways that keep popping up to get money.
Money in this world. It is enough for everyone. Trust me. There's enough for everyone. Create a business plan. Think of something that this world needs. It's a need for because you can never lose in that department. What is there a need for? Right. You know what I mean? Think of something. Come up with a business. There's so many different avenues.
I literally saw an app for travel nurses. Like they house travel nurses. I'm like, dang, I could have thought of this.
Renting out a room in your house.
Exactly. Airbnbs are so popular right now. Like I'm actually taking the steps that I need to in order to start getting rental properties because I want to do a couple of those, and then I wanted to start doing houses so that I can I'll rent them out first, but then I want to start purchasing them so I can have multiple rental properties, and then even like units. You can purchase units in hotels and apartment complexes. Yes. Like, I'm trying to build that.
If you have a close friend or a family member that like, say, me and Misi, you know what I mean? And we're trying to think of something, but we want to get some property, but we don't have the money to each get something. Put your money together. Get a duplex. You know what I mean? Get you a duplex. Y'all live in that thing for a little bit and then move rent it out, and keep it going. Like, there's so many things. You don't have to do it on your own. You can get a business partner. There's different things that you could do. I look it up every day. I'm on. And then Instagram, right? We're always on social media. Start following accounts that benefit financial success. Start following because they give out tips every day. They're putting us on game every day.
All the time. I follow a bunch of them. Tips for Wealth is one of the Instagram pages I follow.
And I just seen, let me see. I'm sorry, I'm on my phone because I seen something great. It was like, you can make 6 figures in a year if you sell a $10 item 300 times or something like that, or sell a item for $50 70 times or something like that. It's like, you know what I mean? You don't,
opportunities.
You can sell stuff in your house that you're not using. Like, it's just so many different ways that we could get some money and create some type of to start creating wealth in our family.
Right. So one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to franchise in Primerica is because I started a trucking company with my husband already had one, and I started my own trucking company on my own. It cost me a lot of money, right? So a lot of times people are like, I can't start a company, I don't have the money, or they don't know how to do it, or they don't have the resources to do it. Well, one of the biggest things that I learned in Primerica is that I only needed a small investment. I think I paid like $124. And with that, I was able to get a state license. Now I'm licensed in 30 states. I was able to get a mentor, a coach. The biggest thing about Primerica is they teach you that you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So there's people all around me who I can access to help me with this. Everybody thinks that they have to invent something new. Rihanna did not invent new underwear.
Right.
She just took the idea and she ran with it. Think about what she does, that you can't just go into a store and buy some Rihanna. You can't just buy the Fenty underwear. You have to sign up for a subscription.
Right. Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? She took it to another level. That's why she makes billions. It's just taking something and using what they have and go to the next level. Elevate. Right. So in Primerica, basically, I just started as a, not knowing anything, my coach doing all of my training and talking and whatever, and I still make money. That's all that we do. We literally educate. Right. And so what I liked about it, now I'm going to build on that. I like talking about generational wealth. You get what I'm saying? And just elevating on that level. Right. But it's billions out there for everybody. The government's passing out money right now to business owners, to Uber drivers, to, independent contractors. They're passing out money now to help you build on that. They don't want you to always have a job anymore. In fact, you could do both. There's nothing wrong with having a job and something on the side.
Right. Passive income.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay, so Roshonda, because we have to wrap this episode up, but before we do, what would be your gem of the day, like your takeaway of our topic for today?
Honestly, my gem of the day is, listen, moms, dads, uncles, aunties, everything we do concerns some type of money and how to get there and how to build it. And if we can give our family a leg up, we want to do that. So through generational wealth, not just how to do it, but teaching it to your children as young as possible, teaching them about how to do it. Saving money is generational wealth.
Yes.
But if you just give it to them without an education on it, they don't know how to do it. Right. If your parents were to pass away right now and they got all this house, all this property, all this money, you don't know nothing, if you're going to lose it. Yeah. If I gave my kids $1 million and I don't teach them about what you do with that money or how to set it up or how to make it keep generating itself, they're going to blow it.
Agreed.
So it's about education. Everything that we do is about educating on how to make it bigger, how to make it grow.
Yes, I agree.
I like that.
I agree. That was really great. Yes.
Thank you so much for your time. This is a really great episode. And joining us
Thank
today.
You for inviting
appreciate
me.
It.
Yes, I hope that you guys really was taking some notes during this conversation because it was some great gems dropped. Yes.
Thank you so much, Roshonda, for your time.
Yes, enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye, ladies.
Bye-bye.
And for you guys, I would like for y'all to share this video. Like, you can share the YouTube link or send this podcast to one of your family members because it's important to get this type of information out there so that we can have the knowledge, like she said, the background of how money works and how to keep growing that money.
Yes, literally, from this episode, I'm literally going to go home and talk to my parents and tell them we need to have a family meeting.
Let's have a sit down.
We need to have a meeting. They're getting older. You guys are leaving behind a whole bunch of stuff. We don't know
what to do
everything. With it. You know what I mean? We don't know everything. You need to tell us everything we need to know so that we can keep this thing going.
Yes.
So,
agreed. All right.
Well, until next time. We'll see y'all later. Have a good one.
Bye.